Oh, Slut Shady do buckaroos. I'm tired. It was a long day at work. Came home. I made some chili. It was just staying warm for me all day. So I came home, got a quick bite. Now I thought I'd have a couple late night cocktails with you. Late night cocktail hour, as it were. Let me check something real quick alike. It looks all right. Looks like I got it all in there. It's hard to tell here. And how the heck are you? So let's get going here. Only brought one of the cocktails out. I want to bring them out one at a time. The first one using a maple finished rye from Echo Spirits. This one is at 121 proof, aged no less than 3 years in new oak barrels. This stuff is insanely good. Echo is why they ain't playing, man. This stuff is good. What I made here to start with actually is rather close to a classic Manhattan, right? I use the rye, I use sweet vermouth. The only change really is that I use cherry bitters instead of Angostura and chilled glass. Couple nice dark cherries sitting in the bottom, getting all happy, happy. I'm just of that mindset that garnish does you no good sitting at the top of the glass, even though it might look pretty, and it's not helping you any. Cilantro. Oh man, that is nice. For me, I do like an old fashioned from time to time. Really like experimenting with various simple syrups to make different versions of an old fashioned. But to me, there's just something classic. There's something relaxing about a classic Manhattan, right? It's just one of those drinks you just can sit and relax with. I'm not necessarily the biggest sweet vermouth fan, but it just works in that cocktail. And I've kind of played around with different things. I've used port and cream sherry, and I like it that way as well. Uh, but I bought a really good vermouth when we were on vacation, and then I just bought the small bottle of it. I usually buy the 750, but I just bought a 375 because it was a little pricier. You know, the 375 was still more than I had been paying for the 750s of the names that you know and sweet vermouth. I wanted a really good one, but and because of that, well, because of that, I've used it all. I just used the last of it tonight. I've never gone through a bottle of sweet vermouth that fast. In this case, it's a 375. I would have never gone through half a bottle of vermouth that fast, but now I wish I'd have bought the big one of it. I wasn't sure what difference or how much difference it would make. And to be honest with you, it makes a lot of difference. This particular sweet vermouth was so good. It just plays off that rye so nicely. Even at 120, that rye is so approachable, so easy to drink. Being a maple finish rye, you just get that a little bit, man. I thought about I need to do a maple drink with. I kind of forgot it was a maple finish when I was making the cocktail. So I've got some good barrel aged maple syrup to make sort of a maple fashion, but I want to serve it straight up like this and not with that big cube. I don't use the cube much through the fall or winter, right? I typically like to drink everything straight up. Damn, that's really good, man. Yeah. There's something about a classic cocktail. Yeah, I'm not a nouveau cocktail kind of guy. I like the classics. I like the classics a lot, man. This is good. Ah, would have been a long day, so yeah, I was really tired. I was really hurting tonight. My old bones were really feeling it by the end of the night. And got home, so I wanted to have that chili ready to go. I got it ready. I'd like to put it in the oven. Yeah, I get to get all the components together, get it going on the stove. But I find when you just put it low in the oven, those flavors really concentrate. Did a black bean chili. Use black beans from dried. I don't use canned beans. Ah, yeah, it came out very nice, man. Very nice. Did some fast food at home. Did a version of a Frito pie with the good chili. Had some good jalapenos, some good cheese. It's all about the good. Use good stuff, man. It resembles fast food, but doesn't taste anything like it. And the same thing as for your cocktails, as I've said ad nauseum at this point, your cocktail is only as good as the ingredients you put in it. Like I said, this one I use that good vermouth. I'm using a good whiskey. If you're using bottom shelf products, you're going to get a bottom shelf cocktail. And when you're making a Manhattan, when you're making a whiskey forward cocktail such as this, you really want to use good ingredients. Even in an old fashioned, I mean, use good ingredients. It's like that adage, don't you if you're don't use any wine in your food that you wouldn't drink yourself. Well, if you're making a cocktail, make sure you're using top shelf stuff, or at least middle shelf stuff, right? I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a working class guy, so what's top shelf to me may not be to somebody else. But I feel these products are just incredible. I love small distillery stuff. Echo is really good, man. Yeah, we're working here. Curiosity. I wanted to check this here. Yeah, did not do what I wanted to do there. Anyway, nevertheless, but I digress. Oh, this is nice. I don't like to run these videos too long, but man, this isn't a cocktail that you really want to hurry through either. It is just gorgeous. Mm. Echo. Sorry, I got quiet there on you. I was thinking, Echo Maple Finish Rye. Uh, Columbus, Ohio. I had a great time visiting that distillery. I actually got to fill my own bottle of their honey barrel whiskey. Their stuff is rather amazing. 95% rye, 5% barley. That's one reason I really like this particular whiskey. It's not plain. It's rye, man. 95% rye gives you that nice spiciness. That 5% barley helps add to the chewiness of rye. This tends to be a little chewier than bourbon. It's probably why I gravitate more towards a traditional bourbon that uses rye as a secondary, or more so a high rye bourbon. If I'm having a bourbon, I prefer high rye to wheated. I know that's not what's popular these days, but I'm an old guy and I like tradition. I really love a good high rye bourbon. Ah, oh man, that cocktail's insane. That is good, man. As we inch closer and closer to Thanksgiving, yeah, I got a little Christmas backdrop there. Trying to, create a festive mood. Wife and I, it's just us. We don't typically do much for Thanksgiving anymore. We don't like to really go anywhere or visit anybody. We like just to make a nice dinner ourselves, just the two of us. So there's no hurry. Just relax, have dinner when it's done. Not sure if I'm going to do a turkey this year or not. I do have one, but I'm not sure if that's the direction I want to go. Sometimes I like to be different. I mean, in years past, I've done a standing rib roast. I've done pork roast, and I have a good pork loin in the freezer as well. I could use. We typically end up going turkey for Thanksgiving, doing something else on Christmas, but we'll see. We're almost at the end here, so I'm going to jump off camera briefly. Very briefly, I'll be right. Give me a minute or two. I'll be right back with cocktail number two. All right. Thanks for waiting. Bear with me. My old body is not moving fast in that I am stiff in all the wrong places. It hurts all over, man. It everything hurts, baby. Anyway, so here's what I got. I've done a version of this before too. I'm using the Watershed, the 90 proof bourbon, Watershed Distiller out of Columbus, Ohio, as well. Straight bourbon whiskey finished in apple brandy barrels, it says blended with straight bourbon whiskeys. So I've got a couple ounces of that at play, and I've added an ounce of the Laird's straight apple brandy, using a cinnamon stick as a garnish. And I just did a couple drops of some smoked orange bitters. Give us kind of a fall thing going on. Not quite a Manhattan, not quite an old fashioned. I'm not sure what to call it. I'll come up with something. In the past, I've been a friend taught me how to do this AI thing. So I think the last couple of times I plugged something into the AI, but I can't get to it at the moment. Gosh, that's good. Tell you, I'm a firm believer in simple is better. I think a lot of folks want to make cocktails way too damn complicated. Here I've got the apple brandy finished barrel, some actual apple brandy, cinnamon stick, a little bit of bitters, and you've got a cocktail. That's all that needs to happen here, folks. This is a whiskey forward cocktail. The classics are the best, man. The classics are the best. I am off tomorrow, but I'm doing a guest. I'm guest bartending at another small brewery bar. Well, not I was going to say in town, but they're not actually in town. They're in Nixa, but not far from where we're at. Only a few minutes from where I work. But the owner had asked me. I said, okay, why not? Well, that's not exactly true. The owner asked me, then I said, okay, let me talk to my boss. I just wanted to make sure it was okay with them. But they're all friends, I didn't figure it'd be an issue, but I wanted to follow protocol, you see. I wanted to follow protocol, make sure, everybody was okay. So, anyways, now the first drink's starting to work. The first drink's starting to work, and things are starting to loosen up a little bit. Man, I was really in a lot of pain tonight after work. Man, I was hurting. Everything was locking up on me. In my younger days, back when I was working for the retail evil empire, it would be nothing to work anywhere between 12 to 16-hour days. But man, at just shy of 60, those 10-hour days put a hurt on an old man. I was talking with another friend today, came up and saw me at work, and tomorrow was his birthday, but he doesn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to tell anybody about his birthday. His girlfriend told me about it. He just wants to work and not let anybody know about his birthday. I said, hell, I'm rounding up. People ask how old you are. I said, I'm almost 60, man. I'm rounding up. I'm not hiding that age. It's a miracle I got this far, to be honest with you. I probably could have bought the farm 100 different times in the 80s. Southern California. I was young. We did a lot of stupid shit, man. I'm lucky to be here. Man, that is a nice drink. That really is. Oh, that's tasty. Oh, in the years past, I've asked to have Black Friday off so my wife and I can do some things, but I didn't this year. I want to go ahead and work it. So it would be a good money day. Be a good money day. I don't like passing those up anymore. And I figure the younger folks probably want the day off. So let them spend time with their families. My wife and I can do our thing anytime. And we're off Thanksgiving Day, as it were. Be off Christmas Day, but I'm probably working the day after, although I don't know that for a fact yet. We're always closed Tuesday, so it just so happens that New Year's Eve falls on a Tuesday. So that'll work out just fine. Not that my wife and I usually do anything. We usually stay home and let everybody else get crazy. Although, I guess this year, I was going to say last year, but this year we did something a little crazy. We didn't go anywhere on New Year's Eve, but we made plans for New Year's Day, the first and second. Because it was the first and second, I got a rather good deal on a hotel room, and it was kind of nice to do something crazy like that. Oh, oh mercy, that is nice. That's a nice fall cocktail. That really is. That'd be a great Thanksgiving cocktail. The watershed. The reason I paired I think Watershed makes an apple brandy. I wasn't able to pick it up when we were there, but this particular Watershed is finished in apple brandy barrels. So I figured adding the apple brandy in place of, say, a sweet vermouth or even a simple syrup or another ingredient. I've got that apple thing going on, and adding the cinnamon stick. Oh, this is gorgeous. And if you want more spice, you can add some spice to it if you want to put a little sprinkle of something in there. I like to use a cinnamon stick because a cinnamon stick will very slowly impart spice, right? It won't give me that cinnamon hint right away, but you'll feel it a little bit as you go through the cocktail, as opposed to using a ground spice. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's really up to how you want to feel it, right? How you want to taste it. Oh, mercy, Percy. Anyways, I digress. I've been talking for over 20 minutes now, so probably ought to wrap this up. Didn't realize I've been going on for that long. Uh, Boy, that is nice. That is a great end of the evening cocktail, right? That that fireplace cocktail. So, anyways, I digress. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker. Hey, Gabriel, how are you, man? Good to hear from you. If you want to tell me what you're drinking, go for it. As I wrap this video up, uh, I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte, thanks for tuning in, y'all.